Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my won't let you touch me, won't let you go to my head. Cause I know I'm dealing with the devil. But I'm standing with my heart in your hand, and I'm too deep into in this gamble. Pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me open. Only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything.
Hello, you guys. Hey, Nauticals. So, happy autumn, happy spooky season, everybody. So Hannah and I have our spooky ghost earrings going on. And yeah, we were going to talk a little bit about the spooky season. I made a title and a thumbnail all up. And then Anthony was going to join. So I changed my thumbnail. And now I'm waiting for my hubby to be able to join. So he's not even in the green room yet. We'll be joined later by Anthony. But happy spooky season, everyone. Hannah and I just grabbed a little dilly dilly. What you drinking? Cheers.
Mango.
Mango harder, right?
Harder.
Isn't it Mike's harder?
Just-
Oh, it's my mango hard lemonade. Yeah, I like mango hard lemonade is like both. I think, is it your favorite now too?
Yeah.
We transitioned from liking the black cherry the best to the mango now. So I have a little bit of Angry Orchard. No, it's not Angry Orchard. It's Aldi's brand. So it is Wicked Grove. Hard apple cider. But hello and dilly to everyone. Daniel Fields first in the chat. Way to go, Daniel. Brittany also is talking about her toe injury, that pinky toe. It is not a fun injury, right?
So long to heal, like 2 months.
Yes. But wearing shoes.
I could even like walk again.
Oh, not in tennis shoes, but wearing some of her Crocs. So good job. You got this. Z show cruise fun. Hello, Z. So good to see you. Hello, Mary Ellen Dillon, otherwise known as Med. And Armada Gator, Mod Squad in the house, Anthony Simone, and I saw D&G Explorers too. Of course, I'm drinking out of Anthony's cup, so all aboard with Anthony. So good to see everybody in the chat. Carla McClendon is here. Hi, Carla. And of course, Derek and Gregory, D&G Explorers. Thank you for being here, you guys. We so appreciate the Mod Squad. I see Destination Fun. Sherry and Danny. Sherry and Danny also, they live in Tampa. They had to evacuate for Hurricane Milton.
So many people had to evacuate.
So Sherry said that her
It's a huge area.
lots of people were affected by this hurricane. So it was hard to believe that last week that it's been less than a week since the hurricane hit. Since Hurricane Milton, because
you gotta specify these things.
Yes, because we've had Hurricane Helene like 2.5 weeks ago.
It was like a week and a half. It wasn't 2.5.
Well, it was a week and a half between hurricanes, but it's been
Was it really
about
a week and a half between hurricanes?
Yep, I had a whole cruise in between.
It felt shorter.
It did feel very shorter, but we would not
have
we had a whole lot of work done in between the two hurricanes. Like we had enough work. We did not anticipate Milton. We didn't anticipate Milton coming like at all. And so we just got right to work after Helene, and then Milton hit. And as much as you'd like to be in denial, Milton was more cruel to us than Helene was. So we'll get Anthony on here. Maybe, perhaps, he might be having, I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's having connection issues or if he's just not ready to get on. And it's okay if he is able to or not. We can give a little bit of the backstory. And
he's been working really hard on the renovations.
He has been working extremely hard. It has been about the hardest thing that we have experienced, I think, like ever. This has been extremely hard. And I know that we have a lot to be thankful for, but it's been pretty rough. Realistically, it's been real rough, very dark times. Hey, Crazy Cat Traveler, so good to see you. But Destination Fun had her mom's place had some damage to the pool screen, and some other friends had a whole tree that fell over onto a large shed, and destroyed a bunch. So, oh man, Anne in the house. So glad you're on tonight. Good to see you, Anne. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your kind words. Always so supportive. Karen Griswold also here. So good to see our regulars. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I see I just started with a dilly. So Jamie Wilhite. Hello, Jamie. Went to PT late today and now I'm worn out. Well, you rest up. Yep. That knee. Take care of that new knee of yours. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. And much love and prayers to everybody that's getting through the storm or healing in any way, in any way or shape or form. Just Dave also in the house. Hey, Dave, thank you. He's been essential to Anthony. Super good friend, reaching out every day. And I really appreciate Dave in being there. And
we're getting to the people saying,
yes. Got the matching earrings. Yes. Yep, so gotta enjoy the season. Together we travel. Hello. I know. Hi, Hannah, Nancy, and Tony. I think Tony will be here. Hopefully. He has had internet, so
he has. We've been very blessed to have internet and intermittent, but mostly on power.
Yeah, down in our Florida home.
Mhm.
So, hi, William Hanson Jr. So good to see you. Oh, and saying, looking great. So, so nice. Thank you for the kind words. Ooh, D&G Explorer saying, spooky. Yes. Oh, we got some good,
This is the season.
some fun stories to talk about. And I wanted to always share any spooky stories that anybody else has. Spooky season, aka hurricane season. Crazy Cat Traveler, you are not. That is
So
not
true.
untrue.
How it's been.
That is how it's been this October for sure. Tess says autumn in Arkansas, finally, as of today. Yes, dude, we got the fire going here.
It's cozy.
Yes, actually,
It really heats up the house.
it does. It
Like,
really makes it very. We just turned on the heat this morning, but overnight it's been getting down. We are
we
having
just got our frost
frost
warning.
warnings. Yeah, yep, for the weather. So I love how the weather is like this exclamation point. And I think since the hurricanes, I'm always a bit scarred from like when I see that, I'm like, oh boy, better take this seriously. And I'm like, oh, frost warning. Well, I think we can survive that. Take cover. After the hurricane warnings, like we had so many warnings. Oh my gosh, the severe weather alerts. Yeah.
The
And
little red triangle becomes so ominous. And
with
then
the
you got a
exclamation
frost
point.
warning, and it's like, oh, well, I
I
just
think we can
gotta
handle that.
unplug the hoses.
Which we're working on.
Make sure the stuff is put in for winter.
Yes, we have had some hoses that were still hooked up because the weather seriously went from like 70s down to 40s,
Last week
50s.
it was 70s.
Yep, it went pretty quickly. So I think that winter is starting to starting to set in. And across the country, I'm surprised when we have like 30s, 40s, the rest of the country, all the way down to like South Carolina, Georgia, they have like 50s, like 50s to like 70s, but still they're like pretty cool for being down south. You don't think of them as getting that cold, but
I don't know.
they still get cool. So everybody stay warm. Ooh, Derek and Gregory said Derek made a good spooky drink. What kind of drink did you make? I'd love to hear. This is a place for everybody to be able to chat. So if anybody wants to say anything out there, wants to announce something, we really appreciate your comments, your questions. My Sharina, hello, my Sharina said, where did you get your earrings? These were a Shein purchase. So we enjoy the cost savings of Shein. So these were from Sarah, and she got them from yeah, they were a gift from Sarah. I don't know where she got them from. Wink, wink. Yes, they were a gift.
Given to us.
Yep. So that is right. That was last year when we were on the cruise. On the spooky cruise, on the non-group cruise. So that was a fun time. Oh my gosh. So yes, Debbie Smith asked, hi, did you all get hi to all. Did your place get damaged from Milton? We had damage not only from Helene, and I was under the impression that if we got damage from Milton, maybe it wouldn't be as bad. It was worse. It was worse damage. So I was hoping that Anthony was going to be able to be on here, but I think that he may pop in later. Evidently, maybe he doesn't know when the show is happening. Ooh, Karen Griswold has a blueberry lime Mike's limited seasonal edition. Yum. Oh, that sounds interesting. Blueberry lime or blueberry lemonade? Is it blueberry lime? Well, blueberries and lemons go really well together. So I bet blueberry lime might. We like blueberries in our family. Very, very much so. We do. I bet that would be good. I have to watch for that. That gives me something to look for.
This seasonal or if it's from a different season.
Oh, might be. I wonder, is that from autumnal?
It almost seems like
or like a
spring.
summer, or maybe a
Summer.
summertime. Yeah. Hi, Sue O'Connor. So good to see you. Oh, Sugar. Hi. I hope it's a better week for you all. Nancy, Sugar, we sure hope so too. Having the recovery from the hurricane has been tough. I was just
Yeah.
speaking with Anthony just before the live stream. That's why I thought he was going to be on here. But I also don't want to pressure him. He
He's
has
been
gone
working so
through
hard.
so much. He said he can't believe it's been less than a week since Milton. Because he feels like he's stuck in this time warp. He said it feels like it's been
3
like
weeks.
three weeks. It just feels like it's been so long. He's sitting here waiting for the adjusters. We have stories, and they're not nice stories, but Destination Fun sees the fireplace. Yes, it actually is quite warm.
It is.
Tiss says she just booked week 2 of the back-to-back on the girls' cruise. Oh, fun. Oh my gosh. Staying at Carla's hotel. I think that's the plan right now, is before the girls cruise to that we would stay at Carla McClendon's hotel where she works. So she said she might be able to get a decent deal. Hi, Carla McClendon. 366 days till the girls cruise 2.0. Girls just want to have more fun.
Mhm.
Oh, yes. And we're going to just not have any kind of hurricanes during that. There is not going to be any of that. We're done with them.
We'll make
For
it
sure.
Well, even if we have a hurricane, we'll
Mhm.
make it the most fun hurricane.
Well, yeah, we'll be fine. We've already survived some doozies. So
Destination Fun just got their power back yesterday.
oh my gosh. And lots of people without power for days and days. I mean, that was a long time. That was almost a week of no power. So God bless everyone affected by the hurricane, says Derek and Gregory. Thank you. Ooh,
Hi, Kathy L.
Kathy L. Hello. So good to see you. No worries about being late. We really appreciate you being on the chat. Mary Ellen said that she's going to have a dilly dilly too. So I want to
can
see
drink
what
to
she's
them.
going to have. Drink
Drink.
to you. Cheers, Mary Ellen. Oh, I have to take a sip. That was rude. Cheers to you. I'm sorry. I'm new at this.
Oh, yes. So new.
Mhm.
Newbie drinker
Mhm.
here.
Well, I mean, I didn't drink for years and years.
Not
I
at
really-
all?
not-
Never.
Not when I was like younger. No, not really much at all until I was in my 40s, I'd say. So I really didn't. Well, very rarely, but yeah, rarely. In my 20s, very rarely. So yeah. Are we all caught up? I think we're getting there. Yeah. Yep. You're doing it. Hannah's driving the chat.
Oh, wait. No, we got more. We got more.
Crazy Cat Traveler. You want to highlight her comment? She said, I've seen damage done by just run-of-the-mill northwest windstorms and flooding. Can't even fathom a full-blown hurricane. And the scary thing is that you never know where they're going to hit. Like, you can kind of see the path that's predicted, but they can zig or zag. And each hurricane seems to have like different qualities on when they hit. Some of them are super strong wind when they're hitting. Some of them have like little tornadoes inside the hurricane body, which was Milton. Milton had all these tornadoes.
There's like
Like,
11
A
tornadoes.
ton of tornadoes. 11 tornadoes just in Port Charlotte
Port
area.
Sorry, in our
Just
town.
in our little town. So it's crazy. Each hurricane seems like they do have a different personality. And I didn't care for Helene or Milton, not one iota. Ian was wind for us, a lot of wind damage, but not the flooding.
Well, because the winds were pushing
They were
the water
taking
out.
it all. But then for Ian, a lot of people had like wind damage and rain. You know, they
Flooding.
had their roofs removed, like lifted off, and then the rain damage and the flooding from the rains. So
like inches of rain.
we have our roof, so we're thankful of that. We will have to replace our entire kitchen and both bathrooms, all the furniture in the house. It is a doozy. So anyway, are you driving the chat still?
I was gonna say, I feel like
You're good.
it would be. I feel like they need to teach people about natural disasters, even if they aren't native to your area.
Okay.
Because if you're traveling
Oh yeah.
and you get caught, like I had no idea what storm surge was.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, and there were like
Expect
hundreds of
storm
warnings
surge.
about
Yes.
storm surge, and they're like these huge warnings, and it's like expect storm surge, be careful of storm surge, dangerous storm surge, life-threatening storm surge, and I have no idea what that means. Like I don't know what it's warning me against. It's
So
like
I think,
there's a danger, but I don't know what it is.
yeah, and it doesn't sound as intense. I don't know. Now to me, storm surge will always be intense because
Yeah.
it's been,
Well, now I know
we've
what it
had
is.
nightmares of the flooding and the sudden flooding. I think that with all of this, the weather channels definitely had attention.
And for the people who don't know, like me, that don't know what
Mhm.
storm surge is, it's because hurricanes are like giant vacuums over the ocean. They like suck up a ton of water from the ocean, and then when they hit mainland, they end up just dropping all of that. And they also are pushing the ocean forward with them.
It's like the ocean goes
because
into the land.
like it
the
raises up
water
the ocean around
level.
the hurricane because it's pushing it forward with its winds.
And where we are located in Port Charlotte, we are right where the Peace River, the large like outlet of the Peace River, goes out into the Gulf of Mexico. So we're not far from the Gulf of Mexico, quite honestly. And all of that brings it, it kind of almost seems like it seems somewhat like it snags the storm and draws it into our area.
What, the big port?
Yeah, like the big inlet, like the big river, like it just seems to, I don't know, with these last two hurricanes it did. But our neighborhood down there had never seen flooding
No.
like to this extent. Maybe a little bit of flooding, but not to this extent
to
of
give
flooding,
you a
like
reference
never.
of, like, so it's raising the water levels of the ocean by like 5 to 10 feet on its
Mhm.
own, but then it's also dumping huge amounts of rain on you. And for reference, the whole area that got hit with Hurricane
Milton?
Milton. I keep
Mhm.
wanting to call it Melvin.
I know it was
It's
just
such an
one of those. Milton.
unimpressive name. Like, it's Milton.
Yeah.
But the whole area that got hit with Hurricane Milton got record amounts of rain.
It
Like they got more
was
rain in those
crazy.
days, those 2 days, than they get in the whole like year.
And then especially after Helene. But Mary Ellen says she's eating. She's having a Sierra Nevada Juicy Little Thing IPA. Enjoy. Ken Sessa in the house. Hello, Ken. So good to see you. I hope that was the extent of the hurricanes this season. Please, please, please. Ooh, Tess is sorting out the jewelry that she's going to have for the girls' cruise. Oh, that's fun. Only a year away. Yes, very exciting, Tess. Absolutely. For the girls' cruise. Girls just want to have fun. They're two or more fun. More fun too. Let's see. Yeah, Derek and Gregory says it's too early for a fire here, but you can have it.
Yeah, we're getting
I
down to the
understand.
40s.
It's starting to cool off in California a little bit, though. So Derek and Gregory are in
Saturday?
California. Yeah, in the Fresno
Oh,
Valley.
nice.
So yeah, so I have a friend that's going to be a friend from work who is taking, she is in her 30s and she's never had a flight before. So she's taking her son to visit her niece down in California. And the predictions for the weather is actually cooler. They're supposed to be in like the 50s. So I don't know if if where you guys are at is going to start cooling down. At least you're not in the hundreds, though. They've been in the high hundreds, like 110s in the summertime. So they've had a lot of heat. Bill Leach, so good to see you here. Yeah, Daniel Fields said it's a chilly 60 degrees here in Los Angeles. But it's 712. So that is that's chilly for California, I figure.
Is that
We're
normal?
84 today. Well, California is a long stretch, so
I know.
I mean, you got
But
the closer
most
you are.
populated parts are in the south. The
Mhm.
north gets really less popular. Like
Mhm.
the vast majority of the population is in the southern half of the state.
Well, 84, that's not terrible. That's
awful.
But it's a dry heat, so it's nice.
I still hate
It's a nice dry
I like
heat.
this time.
Jamie Wilhite has her winter PJs on. Because the air conditioner is still on. Yeah, well, she's not. She's not in Wisconsin. Oh my gosh, Jamie. Oh, take care of yourself. Oh my gosh. Yes, it's time for heat. It's time for the heater. Oh my gosh, Karen Griswold said that we've already had snow on the higher summits here in New Hampshire. Oh my gosh, Karen. Oh, keep that. You can keep it a little bit longer. I'm not quite ready for snow. Oh, everybody's giving their weather. Wow, 52. I prefer
How's
more.
it by us? What's our actual
But it's
it's
amazing right now.
We
High
are
70s in the day. Yeah.
40 degrees right now, and it is going to get down to 35 tonight.
Brr. Thank God we have the heat on. I'll tell you that. We do turn it down at night. It gets down to like 64, 60.
We don't
We don't want it warm at night. You just, it's nice to cozy up to the blankets for sure. Hi, Stephen Hall. Milton's revenge. Milton's revenge is in here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wendy Johnstone, wishing you well. Let's get the star guest in the chat. Here, we got to add him.
I'm so sorry. And you can see it's dark behind me. That's not because I don't have power. I just am
good.
not
It's
prepared. I'm just not prepared, so I
You're
apologize.
okay.
I've been doing cleaning, so I
Did you get stuck doing cleaning?
I lost track of time.
You're okay. I figured, well, this wasn't supposed to be a pressured thing. So we're just getting caught up in the chat.
Hello.
Robin Allen is here. So we're talking a little bit about weather. Oh, I asked Derek and Gregory what their drink was, and they said they have was almost what we had last show: ginger vodka, pumpkin vodka, a little heavy-handed ginger ale, and also orange tequila.
Ooh.
Nice.
Add a little extra ginger ale to that one; it'd be good.
I am a sucker for pumpkin spice.
Yes, we do.
And I like the ginger ale.
You don't like pumpkin spice stuff, though, do you, Anthony?
Yeah, I can take it or leave it.
You don't?
No,
it's okay.
He doesn't like
that.
He doesn't
love it.
Hello, everybody in the chat. I'm not. Oh, I am logged in.
Lots of pumpkin stuffs at home lately. I've been making soup and cookies. I'm gonna make more cookies because I ran out.
You ate
a ton of the cookies, though. You did.
You like the pumpkin cookies, Anthony?
Actually, I really like the pumpkin cookies.
They're good.
They were really, really good. So we were just talking a little bit about the Milton, just a little bit. You want to
let you two do your duet?
Okay, all right. Well, Hannah, thank you very much.
I'll be back if you need me.
It's good to see my girls. Hello.
It's good to see you, my love. We miss you. All right, I'm gonna make it in a little bit cozier of a picture
Before
then.
I go,
I'll be
sorry,
right
I
back. I'm gonna grab a
don't
little
know if
bit more
you can
a
see.
little bit more light. One second.
Bye. I might be back.
Bye. I'm still
All
here.
right.
I'm still here.
Oh.
Oh,
Where are you going? What?
I don't know what's happening.
Maybe I'm not leaving until he gets back. I'm not leaving until he gets back. So you got me until then.
He wasn't ready. It was tasty, and we are buzzed, says Peter.
That's the ideal. That's the ideal.
Greg is buzzed, not little explorer.
I just needed a little bit more light.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Oh, look at Robin Allison said, I know someone that lives in Plant City, just east of Tampa.
Yes,
She
I know
just
where
got
Plant City is.
today.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you guys do your thing. I may be back.
Okay.
If
All right.
not, goodbye.
I'm gonna pull the
Plant
chat
City
in a
is
little.
right next. Plant City is right next to Lakeland. I know exactly where Plant
Thank
City
you,
is.
Anna. Thank you for being here. All right.
In
Let
fact,
me.
I
Let me.
stayed in Plant City a couple times.
You have.
Uh-huh.
Here,
have stayed-
I'm going to zoom us in, so you can go back a little bit more, honey, if you want. No, stay in the picture. Oh man, hopefully this is nice. I don't know if this is better
Yeah.
or not.
You can see my stack of stuff back here. So
That's
it's
the
everything
that's-
is elevated.
that's the save. That's the saving table. That's the
Yes.
table that saved.
Sacrificial table.
Right?
Yeah.
It saved the things from
So-
being in the poop water.
So if you can kind of imagine and kind of see, let me see if I can get on this side of it. Because the Milton's
No,
Revenge is in there.
you're not going to be able to show it much.
Yeah, I can right there a little bit. So right here, you see how this right.
Here, let me bring you out. I'm going to bring you out.
Right here.
Does that help?
Right, yeah, but right here, if you look, you can see the edge of the table, like right in this area. When my hands are moved, that's where the water level was at. Was right there, right at the edge of that table. Now you can see it real close. It's like right by my palm tree here.
Our
on this-
whole dinner table, the water
Right here.
came up to the side, up to the dinner table for Milton.
there.
So
yeah, I would be sitting in water right now.
mhm.
It's lovely.
You weren't though because you fled.
Yeah, I went down to Naples.
I'm glad that you you were able to escape
That's
Milton's
just an
wrath.
A. Naples.
Hey,
So- What?
Anthony.
It does. It's got an A. So I didn't say anything.
You're naughty. Oh. Well, Jamie Wilhite also wants to ask you how your new job is treating you. So
Good. It's very busy. Lots of activity, lots of puzzles to solve. Doing really well. Kind of I'm able to shine. So that's good. They really appreciate the work I'm doing. The process, in fact, I got a process going right now. And that process I ran last month, and it was the fastest in recorded history that it ever ran because I've tuned it a little bit. We're making it better. We can build it.
So happy for you, honey.
Yeah. So it's all good. Job is going good. Just a lot of work. They have a lot of things that they did do manually that we're automating. I'm automating because I'm not going to do it manually for very long. So
We're good.
yeah, we're good. That's going well. So do you want to just talk a little bit? Because last Tuesday, the question was where was I heading? And I was heading down to Naples with an A.
You were down there. I think you did the live stream from the.
Oh, I did. Yes, on Tuesday I did.
The live stream from the Airbnb that
I
you
did
took.
do it from the
photo at.
Airbnb. Yes.
So we were
And-
very grateful for them to be able
Yep.
to house
So-
you because at that time it was almost like kind of last minute to even find housing and nobody was sure whether they needed to evacuate or not. It was not an evacuation area. So
At
you
the
were
time,
safe.
but it became one a little bit later. But it wasn't that bad. It was mostly winds. All of Naples lost power at about 2 a.m. and did not receive power back until Sunday. So that's how long they were out of power down there. But as soon as what was interesting was, so I went to sleep, and we still had power, and it was flickering on and off. You could tell. But then eventually it went off at 2:00, and I woke up in the morning. And it was about 7 a.m. and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do because it was Friday morning. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. And all of a sudden, I got a text message from my server at the house here saying it had rebooted.
That's crazy.
So that meant at 6:30 in the morning. So I got a text and I'm like, so that means it's got internet and I've got power. So I got online and sure enough, it was there. And I'm like, okay, well, if it's there, there's still power. I'm going to hang on to that. Just let it sit for a bit. So I went and I just started packing up. I figured if I didn't get power here, I was just going to head back to the house anyways.
And we weren't sure when the storm was going to hit. We weren't sure whether the storm was
sure at all. Nobody knew. Nobody knew where this thing was going to hit. It was really a wild card. We thought on Tuesday night, we thought it was going to hit Tampa directly. And by the time it actually hit, it ended up shifting south to
a little bit, I think. Yeah,
it did. It went south.
Bradenton, right?
No, it was below that. It was starts with an S. I can't think of the name of it.
Sarasota. Sarasota
is where it came ashore. So, which is a bit north of us. So it's like North Beach, Venice, Sarasota, right? So it's just north of.
I just want to interject some comments because we try to include the chat here. So this isn't just a story. I know we've been. I'm so glad to have you here, honey. But Tess said you on the bright side, you almost get a new house. So I was kind of talking a little bit about what we've been through, why it's been so scary, how traumatic it's been. I didn't get into too much of it, but Carla said, yeah. There were a record 170-something tornado warnings in Florida last Wednesday. One touchdown less than 4 blocks from my work. Yeah, the tornado.
Tornadoes were absolutely crazy down here, and that was the biggest problem.
Yeah, destination fun. You run from the water, but can hide from the wind. Yes.
You have to hide from the wind. Yeah, that's why I went down to Naples, right? So
Daniel, storm surges on steroids. Yes, right. So can you imagine?
And that's what we saw here at the house. So
we were talking about how we didn't know what a storm surge was before this.
No, not really. Not the real impact of a storm surge.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's a real thing. Daniel Field said they shut down their Sarasota data center until this past Friday. Yeah, I can see that. That's definitely.
Hannah had commented that travelers need to be educated on what the warnings mean because we really didn't understand what a storm surge meant until this storm. So it is really important to know what it is and what you're supposed to do about it. Really. Yeah.
The water is a powerful force, and it does what it wants to do.
Can't hold it back.
So I could see the water starting to come into the house on that night before I got to bed, but it looked like it was okay. Looked like it was kind of trickling in, and I kind of recognized where it was coming in from. And I was like, okay, well, I forgot to patch that, but it's a small area. It should be able to be fine. We shouldn't get too much water. Oh, did we get some water? And we got some water. But so I came back on Friday morning. I could see on the cameras that the water had receded. There's a little bit of water in our cul-de-sac. No alligators, no gators, and no sharks in there.
You didn't have to drive through the waters in order to get back home?
No, not at all. A little bit. I mean, it was like muddy water, but it was like probably about 1 inch or 2 inches of water down there. Not much.
How much for Helene? How much water do you think that we drove through? How many feet?
Probably about 2 feet.
Yeah. About
that, maybe 18 inches to 2 feet. So that car's about 11 inches off the ground. So about that. Yeah. So Bev Judka says, I'm in St. Augustine, which is south of Jacksonville, but north of Daytona. My community was spared. Thank goodness. Yeah, I've been to St. Augustine. Love that island. But downtown area had flooding and power issues, counting our blessings. Yeah, and you got a really old cathedral there too, or church there that you really would be ashamed to lose that.
Well, Greg Parks is in the chat too, said, I haven't checked in
Greg.
for a while. So, hey, Greg, glad to see you're safe. I live in St. Petersburg. We got hit pretty hard.
You
We
did.
got
You got
yeah.
slammed, right?
Yeah,
So
sure.
both sides of that, and this thing was big, bigger than a lot of people thought, as far as just the overall impact. The weird thing about it was it was all dry on the back side of it, which is a very weird hurricane. But that meant that the wind forces were interesting, different patterns. But yeah, so so when I got back into the house, then I found that the water line was up it's about 3 inches short of 3 feet. So we're just a little under 3 feet that came in. And what had happened is that they had taken out all of the drywall inside of the house, but not on the outside.
Well, so we had people after Helene. We had
a little bit more
to dry out because of the flooding.
Right. So we had taken out our drywall on the inside, but not towards the garage. And what happened is that the water got so high in the garage that it actually forced its way through a single panel of drywall and just gushed into the house. And you can see it. I mean, all of the other provisions I did pretty much held. Had that held, I think we probably only would have had a couple inches in the house itself. But because of that, we ended up with about 3 feet of water. And I had set everything up in the garage at about 3 feet. It's literally where I set it, and stuff was floating off of that. So that gives you an idea of like the level was even higher in the garage, probably about 3.5, 4 feet. So yeah, it was amazing. The amount of water and silt and garbage that just came into the house.
We call it poop water.
It is. It is.
I see Carl's here. Hey, CMPJ 519 Carl, Dave and Brandy's excursions, and Sherry, awesome sunsets travel. Always good to see everybody. Oh, Tess says, Tony, we missed you. Everybody's saying hi to you. Yeah,
Hi.
Uncle Milton's revenge. Oh, blast it all.
So so it definitely was there. Thank goodness that all the people in Tropicana Field are safe. That's true. That blew off. That was not expected to happen. But it was just a very strange storm.
Crazy.
I mean, not like you can really expect what these storms are going to do. That's part of the problem with them, right?
True.
So you just have to adapt for what you need to do. So so spent the morning. My work was pretty good. They let me spend the morning kind of cleaning up.
This was Wednesday to Thursday.
Friday morning. Yeah.
No, not Friday morning. Thursday morning.
Was it Thursday morning?
It was. Yep.
I am so lost on time right now.
It's Wednesday to Thursday that this storm hit.
Yeah, so I'm so lost on time.
It was Thursday to Friday, and then 2 weeks later, not even 2 weeks later, Milton was Wednesday to Thursday.
Yeah.
You were back home on Thursday because you rented the Airbnb from Tuesday to Friday. You didn't need that last.
That's right. I didn't need the Friday. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were back on Thursday.
Yes. So Beverly Judka said, Beverly Judka says, has the weather cooled down where you are, Nancy? It's still warm here, but usually it is until January, then it cools down. Actually, we cooled down a little bit here just after the storm, but you really cooled down up in.
We cooled down a lot up in Wisconsin. We cooled down from, it was 70s last week, and now we're in frost warning. So it feels, the sun is shining, but it's not warm out anymore. It's coat weather. The last 3 days, it is officially coat weather, which is kind of sad, but it comes all of a sudden. So
Crazy Cat Traveler has a really good question. She says, how do you even clean up poop water? I'd have multiple Lysol bottles. I'll show you my best friend here. So this is my best friend, right? So this is actually from Wally World. It's a little 5-gallon wet dry vac. And some people say, well, get a bigger one. No, actually the little 5 gallon's good. That's like half full. It's heavy. And so you don't want a lot of weight when you're carrying these things around. But what you do is that you literally just vacuum it up as much as you can while it's all still wet. And you get kind of a dirty floor is what you get. And then from that point on, you have to flood it. I actually have a video on how to clean this stuff. Maybe we post that out at some point, but it'd be fun. But
I still haven't seen it. I can't see it. Wait, whatever you shared with me, I can't see it. So, but yeah, it'd be interesting to be able to share your video of how to clean it.
So Tampa really got smacked. St. Pete got smacked. They just got power back today in St. Petersburg.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's still a lot of people without power. I think there's something like 1 million people still without power, something like that. There's a lot of people still without power in the state. We have been fortunate in this little area to have power, but just 4 miles north of us, they didn't have power at all until.
It's amazing. In both
Thursday.
Of these storms, we kept our power. I can't believe it. But
till yesterday, till Monday. Sorry, my days are all.
But the neighbor kept his power on and got his power shorted through his house, right?
Yes.
Right, because it came above the electrical outlets.
Yeah, I shut down most of my electrical, except I have some outlets that are up, and I kept all of the ones that were up on, and that covers like the cameras and everything else. So,
and thankfully, the water levels didn't get that high because it could have. It could have. I see Laura Allen in the house. She's saying 22 days until our next cruise. It's on Oasis of the Seas. Yay. Laura, have an amazing time. So that's just about 3 weeks, just a little shy of 3 or a little more than 3 weeks. That's exciting.
Brittany Anderson has says, dang, how much water you got in the house. Floods are absolutely no good. Remember the great flood of Baton Rouge in 2016, and various members of my family flooded then. Yeah, it's bad. And when you don't have drywall, this flood water got everywhere that Helene did not. And that's one of the big thing. And then Destination Fund said 66,000 here in Tampa still without power. Half our complex is still out. Yeah, that's the weird thing. Some places have it and some places don't. We have that down here still. There's still places that don't have it.
You still go through places that are. Tess had a real quick question. When are those weddings you have coming up? My daughter's is on Sunday. Tess, that's great. That's great news. I can't wait until it's over. We have our weddings next May and next September. So we're excited and looking forward to it. But the weddings also put a little bit of that financial strain, right? I
was just going to comment. So Debbie Smith says, has it left a smell in the house? So it does initially, but we use vinegar to coat the wood afterwards, and then the house smells like an Italian salad. It just does. And so it's not a bad smell.
Well, and vinegar is penetrating. I know that's not a good word, but
it penetrates into the wood.
Go into the wood, and it prevents it from prevents mold from the inside, and you need to have mold mitigation. So we're becoming pretty good about mold mitigation. Hello, Larry. Hello, Howie Cruz as well. So good to see everybody.
So then the biggest problem that we had was that we had not heard from our insurance company.
Very frustrating. So frustrating. Okay, so we have people that had come into our house and removed the drywall, did a Saturday overtime gig, all the cabinetry on the bottom that was rotted. They went through hours in working on the house. There's a kitchen without cabinets. You can see the drywall removed. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a mess, you guys, because this is our situation And
I'll give you a shot of the here. You can see underneath this. So this honey. See this brown down here? The brown is actually the poop. That's the sediment. It has not been removed here.
Well, okay. You don't need to show that.
It's okay.
Oh,
we showed the entire house flooded with water on national news.
I know. I did. Well, we are waiting, right? We have to wait until the appraiser comes out till all of this can get cleaned. We don't want to clean it all because they got to see the damage is done. And so
we've got some areas clean, so I can move about the house in bare feet and I'll be fine. I've got it cleaned to that point. But
Okay, so at first you had one set of shoes to another set of shoes to another set of
I
shoes
still am
from
wearing shoes, but I can wear
different
barefoot.
areas.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
But we'll keep on sanitizing and trying to, yeah, yep. So tell about the insurance deal, honey, and how that has been a roller coaster, if you wouldn't mind. Hang
So
on a second. I want to see if I have any comments or questions. Anybody
yeah.
have any questions for what Anthony's been through? I don't think I have. Yeah, the no power. It's hot and humid, so that's what Sherry says. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible. Carla was lucky not to lose power at home or work. So thankful for you. Hello to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm sorry, honey. I'm just trying to include all of the
No, you're
people.
fine.
We will take a blizzard over a hurricane, says Dave and
Yeah.
Brandy. I don't want either one, quite honestly. But
So
blizzards aren't as destructive. Go ahead,
Beverly
honey.
Judka said, "Are you oceanfront property? Is there a dune?" We are actually on the Peace River estuary, is where we're at. So we're actually on the Gulf of Mexico, technically.
It's the outflow to the Gulf of Mexico, basically.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, Patty Monk in the house. Hello, Patty.
And Debbie Smith, no, our whole house is not a 2-story; it is a 1-story house.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are all good questions. It's just a 1-story house. The neighbor right next door is 2-story, and his second story was fine, but his first, he actually has a sealed first floor, and he didn't get any damage on that portion either. But he still has damage inside because he lost his roof on Ian. So they still have water damage from the inside from Ian because he lost his roof on that.
So
one.
hard.
Yeah,
so
which we
hard.
didn't have any issues with Ian.
Yeah, Tess said I was lucky to get a
Woo!
cruise in between the two horrible storms, and I was.
Yeah.
It was an interesting time, right?
So insurance wise, we had I had been trying to raise our insurance company, trying to figure out what is our claim number, what was going on. Managed to get
you filed insurance immediately. The claims
right away,
you filed
right away
right
from Helene, on Helene, and so we had not heard anything even by Thursday. And I was kind of just starting to dial around, just trying to find it. Eventually found out what our claim number was. It took till Friday for me to find out what our claim number was because nobody was calling us. Well, Saturday night, I talked to my neighbor, and he had not only heard from the exact same insurance company, but he had already got his
company as we have.
But he was waiting for the check that he was told would be there on Saturday, and it wasn't. So he was upset about that, and the fact that they had called him 6 to 8 times a day asking him, "Are you okay? Is everything fine? Do you need anything?" We hadn't heard word one come Saturday night, and it was quite frustrating.
That made you ticked.
I was really ticked about that because it's, you can't get a hold of them, and I'm not.
You had been on hold at nauseum, right? With like hours and hours.
I would be on hold on, let's just take Tuesday. I was on hold for 4.5 hours. Monday, I was on hold for 6.5 hours, and they closed out the call center and just hung up on me. 6.5 hours.
Said, we're not open anymore.
Yeah, just shut it down.
Can you imagine being on hold for that long?
Yeah.
And what kind of hold music did they have? They had soft hold music, right?
Yeah, it started off real soft, and then it got really, really loud, and then they said, "Oh, just press 1 and your place will be waiting in line." Well, that was the first 2-3 days of me doing it. I kept calling in and putting hold on a place because I was hoping to get something. Nobody had ever called me back. Nothing. So it was
frustrating.
Really frustrating. And then then this hit, and so Sunday night I started to just dial around, found a different way to try and register for a new claim, right? Because I'd already registered for Helene, I'd already registered for Milton. I had no idea what was going on. The guy ended up finding both of my ticket numbers, both of our claim numbers, gave them to me, and actually the second claim number was a different number than what I had managed to get from somebody else early on. So they gave us a brand new number that's only like 100 number digits away. Like, it was really close. Like, somebody went and said, we should probably give them this one first and then give them another one, type of thing. So trying to definitely cover up the fact that they failed to get in contact with me. But he gave me the name of a different inspector company than the one that I had originally tried to get to. And I had worked with them before. And I actually had his cell phone number and his email address. So I called his cell phone and left a message, and then called him again on Monday. He returned my call, and we've been talking ever since. And now we've got that scheduled for Wednesday finally. So there's a big relief.
At least a little progress with the insurance company for flood insurance. And if you guys don't know, we need flood insurance and regular insurance. This will need to be covered under flood insurance for sure.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Definitely a financial strain, to say the least. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then you're living down there in the house, right? And trying to clean and everything. I can't even imagine how hard that is. And I know you've been through a lot.
The goal on day one when you get here is to have enough. You have to get the base clean out, and then you have to start with getting fans on everything so that you can start drying out right away. And then also I had to go through all the bed frames and get them cleaned out because they were all full of water.
So our bed frames for that house are metal. They're metal bed frames,
tubes.
And they actually like suck up water into them, the flood water into them.
So I had to get the bed frames cleared off, and the mattresses were fine, and we had sheets. So the goal was
thankful of that. Mattresses, at least we have mattresses.
Yeah.
Clean mattresses that don't smell. They're not full of mold. They're not full of
they're
water.
Okay. And
thanks to you because you put them up.
They were up way high. They were over 4 feet up.
Yeah, we knew we had to do that.
Yeah. So I had the mattresses. So the goal that night was to get someplace to sleep. And as long as then I had a place to sleep, I would be okay, at least for the night. We have running water, we have electricity, we have internet, we have, and I had most of the muck out of the house by that point. And it was just a matter of, okay, now cleaning, right? That's where we're at. And so once you get most of it out, the smell goes away within the first day. It's kind of like sleeping by the canal. It's kind of like with that. But then eventually it goes away, and then you put down the vinegar and you really don't smell it anymore. So it kind of goes away. Sharon, I see us here. Hello.
Hey, oh my gosh. Sharon and Jamie are on a cruise right now. They're on a princess cruise. Yeah. And oh my word, you guys check out their video about their first impressions on the
I hope they're having a great time.
Really exciting that they're doing princess cruise. Yeah. I'm so happy for you. I don't know if you guys can hear us or not, but wishing you well. Thank you so much. They've been so supportive. You know what? This cruise community has been so supportive to us.
Really great.
And really, really so appreciate you guys.
Really good.
Really do appreciate you. Debbie Smith asked, I don't know if you answered this. Did your whole house flood?
Yes. Yeah, and even into areas now that shouldn't have flooded before. Yeah. We have silt in places that we have to get out somehow. And so we probably are going to have to, when we went into this, we did the bathrooms were actually okay, but now the bathrooms are not okay because
after Helene, the bathrooms seemed like under the tubs and under those areas were okay, but then we opened everything up to dry out for Helene. That actually let more water into places that shouldn't have been. So we're hoping the adjusters will be able to see that. We're hoping for mercy in the adjusters being able to see what we've gone through. And even though we probably will have to have 2 deductibles, it'll be one. We're expecting one for each storm. We don't know. We've never been through something like this. One storm and then another storm with each having horrific damage. Like, I don't know what he's going to say, but I'm really hopeful. At least we got some hope. I'm hoping that Anthony can So tomorrow is supposedly the adjuster's visit, right?
Tomorrow afternoon, yeah, so that'll be good. Jamie Wilhite wants to know how many beds we have. We actually have 6 mattresses that are here. We have 2 trundle beds, 2 day beds, and 2 regular beds, a queen and a king. So there are 6 mattresses in total in the house.
Yeah,
So,
we try to accommodate like larger families or two family groups
because we actually
could.
become really cost
The rooms
effective.
are very large in our house there,
Yeah.
so we can accommodate a lot of people.
And a
for
crib.
sleeping.
We also have
Yeah.
a crib, so there's kind of 7 mattresses, I guess. So.
And the crib, I think the crib made it. The mattress.
Yeah,
for the crib.
I put the crib mattress way up. That was at the roof. So I have to rinse everything off because we got
we'll have to
silt on
bleach.
stuff.
We'll be bleaching things down too, just
Yeah.
for a final go round. But it's been a nightmare. It has literally been a nightmare, hasn't it, baby?
Yeah, it has.
And on top of struggles and anyway, and issues, and the sun goes down and it gets worse,
Yeah.
and it's tough. It's been tough. So just at least until you found out about the adjuster,
That was just
till
crazy.
that got to be
And we're
just
already at time, baby.
limbo land. Oh my gosh, we are at time already. Well, you
Sorry.
want to sum up a little of your story? We have hope on the horizon, right?
We do. So we've got the inspectors coming. Carlos McClendon said you should only have 1 deductible, but Mary Ellen said expect 2 deductibles. Yeah, the question is, Mary, how are they going to divide it up? They got to have to figure that out because
it would be really nice if we could have 1 deductible.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. So I've got the inspector coming, and we've actually got the drywallers scheduled. The cabinets are scheduled. We've got actually stuff in progress. This may actually turn around pretty quickly.
It is really nice that we got the help that we needed right away, though. I mean,
thank you everybody for your prayers and support. You don't know how much that really does help. It really does.
So much. Yes.
Yeah.
We treasure it. We treasure that. Yeah. Sherry said we need to start a YouTube channel about flood damage cleanup. It would go viral. we could include it because you never know. This was wow. I mean, I figure some of this it's what's going on in our lives. I did do a cruise in between Helene and Milton. But
my Sharina says how to best support y'all. Pray.
Oh man.
Please.
Yeah, prayer.
We're gonna be okay. It is a business. It's so it we did have some funds that are set aside, but we'll figure it out. Karen Griswold, how do they differentiate the damage? We'll figure that out with that. I'll have more by next Tuesday. We'll clue you guys in. Until then,
we know it will work out, Carla. We know it will work out, and we'll be better than ever.
Yeah, some destination fun. Is gas still hard to find down there like Tampa is? No, not at all. Gas is just fine down here. There's
you
really
had
no
to deal with Ian with the crazy gasness.
Yes,
the
but
crazy.
We didn't.
Gas.
South of us here, down into Tampa, there was no power outage. So from where we're at south, it's from here north that the power outages are occurring. So if you get past the Peace River, you've got lots of gas options. It just is all okay. There's no problem.
It's with the power outage that the gas gets to be crazy,
because they have
right?
to pump it up with electricity or get a generator or something. So yeah,
it does. And you saw in Ian how crazy people get.
It gets
right?
crazy. It gets really crazy.
I think that I was it Sherry or somebody said that they were in line to get gas and we're the next one up, and then we're right at the pump ready to pump, and then the police came to deal with somebody who had pulled out a gun, and they cleared the entire gas station, and she couldn't pump, and then they had to find another station. Oh my gosh, people just get loco with
It
the
depends
gas.
on the sheriff's deputy. When I had the gun situation with the pumps by us, the sheriff he just pulled out his gun and went like this and just stood there. He didn't do anything. He just sat there with it in his hand.
Karen says, how can they differentiate one from damage from Helene to Milton? I vote one deductible.
Kind of.
Well, that's the point, though, too. Nobody came in the meantime. We were desperate for an appraiser to come out or an adjuster to come out in between the storms. We're like, come out. You know, the Milton hasn't hit yet. But then we didn't want people who were trying to flee the storm to be in harm's way either. So
my argument is that the mitigation for Helene actually caused worse damage from Milton. So because we didn't have anybody out here to maybe correct or adjust that, that might be why, right? So
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to be praying for you with that adjuster coming, and that the insurance will behave for us, be good to us. I'm sure that premiums may go up and all of that nonsense, but no sense fretting right now.
Got to get through this.
We will get through.
Next 6 weeks are going to be key.
Yeah, we found some creative financing strategies. You got to be smart. 401ks offer a loan. So who would have known if you have a 401k plan, you can get a loan against that. So that may hopefully help us in the meantime until we can get the insurance.
It's a cash flow issue. Is really what it is. It's a cash flow issue. It's not about not being able to afford it. It's about everything being tied up into assets. And how do you get access to that?
What do you do? You need to be able to pay for the cleaning that we've already had.
Typically don't keep that much cash around. So that's
to speak to something that Hannah said, please always keep your cars gassed up. If you leave in a hurry, that's the one thing you don't have to worry about. So
if you see a gas station that's open, fill it up. That's just the rule.
And Tess, I learned that for the 401k loans, those are the best loans. You pay yourself back. So I'm like, well, it's like a 9% interest, and Anthony's like, yeah, but you're going to be paying yourself the interest. I'm like, what? I'm like, that doesn't seem right. And he's like, it's your money. You're taking it out against yourself. So we learned 401k, that was from a bank that recommended that. And we're hopeful. So we've done some applications for that and are hopeful just to be able to move the money around. Anyway.
Yeah, just cash flow.
I know that this wasn't quite all about Halloween and all of that, but we'll get to enjoying.
It's a scary story nonetheless.
It is very scary. Actually, it's the thing nightmares are made of. Anthony's had a few nightmares of
I wake up thinking that water is coming into the house, or that we're having a flood again, or that somebody's trying to break in because we've got looters in the area, and I've seen quite a few. The camera on the outside of my house is a little eyeball thing, and it tracks you around as you're in the neighborhood, and it's freaking people out, which is good. That's exactly what I want to have happen, because it's sitting there, it tracks you as you come in, and I've got that turned on. So the little amount of time that I was in the house when it was impacted from Helene and from Helene, only from Helene, not Milton at all. But just making sure that you're conscious with putting on your shoes when you're walking around the house, that poop water on the floor, just the feeling that you have with being in a house that's been kind of assaulted in that way, it affects you. And I'm still having some bad dreams about PTSD
that.
Test,
It is. It's a real thing. It's hurricane trauma or post-hurricane. There's a whole thing on dealing with the hurricane and how the stress affects you. Yeah. So and it's real. Goodness, we're living through it.
The other thing too is, and I can't get it. I'm keeping my backpack already packed with ready stuff so that if I need to get out of the house, I grab the backpack and go, and it has most of the stuff in it. Right. So that's the other piece. Having a go bag is really key. That's one of the things I'm learning. So
yeah, Tess said, I'm sure, but yeah, for sure. It's, yeah, I can't imagine being homeless or low income in all this mess. And Hannah and I were kind of talking about that. The families that might not even have a home to live in, the people that, where they lost, like, where if you didn't have a bed to sleep in, then and with little, families with little children who might have had all their possessions got flooded, you just feel for for those families too. A lot of suffering out there. So yeah, go bag with your meds in it, key. Bug out bag, good boy. Yeah, that's just when you live through it, you want to be prepared, right? You got to protect yourself. It's
just something simple, just so you can get out and have something.
yeah. Oh, Tess says that she has a go bag, some weapons in my bedroom, although I'll never need them. But if I do, I'm ready. We hear you, Tess. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for being so supportive. Anthony, anything else that you want to say about what you've been
No,
through?
not right now. I mean, we're just in
Maybe
the
everybody
process.
pray for tomorrow that the insurance company will be
Yeah, pray for everybody
merciful.
affected. Yeah.
And everybody affected. Yes. I mean, not that
Not
it's
just
all
us.
about us at all.
No.
No. No,
A
definitely.
lot of people. A lot of my
church
neighbors are hurting
building,
really
right,
bad.
honey? That you went to church and the church building was affected, right?
Yeah.
On Sunday.
The church actually was impacted, so they ended up closing church, but I was in the parking lot talking to people and trying to counsel them. I do have some certifications in counseling, so I was just helping people out just to try and cope with what was going on, and it really helps to connect with other people and
Helping others really
let them know they're not
is
alone.
wonderful.
That's a
It's
big
a good way to help yourself too.
yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for coming to the live stream, and we appreciate you and your comments. And yeah, we're gonna leave you go here. Thanks for staying late. We haven't done a live stream this long, I don't think, ever. So until next time, safe travels, you guys.
God bless.
Take care.
Have your
now.
go bag.
Goodbye.